Right now at 6, a Chippewa Falls business damaged after their roof collapses.
And a local university taking a big step towards promoting diversity and inclusion.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. One of the men involved in a 2001 homicide will be released from prison early. Then 15-year-old Timothy Goyette was one of 4 teenagers convicted for a gang-related intentional homicide. As part of a plea deal, Goyette was sentenced to 25 years in prison and 10 years of extended supervision. In court today, Judge Gloria Doyle agreed to let Goyette serve the remainder of his prison sentence on extended supervision.
A Black River Falls man has been charged in an alleged kidnapping and sexual assault. 52-year-old Paul Sylvester is accused of 6 counts, including felony charges of kidnapping and second-degree sexual assault. According to the criminal complaint, in late May, Sylvester was waiting outside a Sparta bar for his ex-girlfriend to leave. When she got into the car, he allegedly got into the passenger seat and told her to drive away. The victim tried to pepper spray Sylvester, which he took and then used on her. He then took control of the vehicle, drove outside of town where he broke her phone and glasses, went to take her to a remote wooded area where he sexually assaulted her and left her there. The next morning, a woman was discovered by a passerby walking along a road. Sylvester is currently held on a $750,000 cash bond. If convicted, he faces a maximum of over 90 years in jail. He's due back in court June 10th.
A local business in downtown Chippewa Falls is severely damaged after an apartment collapsed Monday night. Chippewa Falls PD got a call to the 100 block of Northbridge Street when an apartment caved into the Iris Boutique below it. According to a Facebook post, the owner says no one was in the store or apartment during the collapse. The windows blew out and the back end of the building is a total loss. The cause of the collapse is currently under investigation.
Well, we've got a line of storms currently making its way through Minnesota. What's the latest, Greg?
Yeah, we still got that storm. We've got a few storms ahead of the line right now, but all of it pretty much is behaving. We just got that one severe storm warning right now for Lake Mitchell, well west of Decorah right now, of Iowa right now, that's pushing to the north. So overall the line, those white boxes are special weather statements, meaning not quite severe, but some strong winds, gusty winds, some brief hail potential. And then the orange one there that's the only one really that's close to our area. It's beginning to surge northward, so probably a wind threat as it pushes up. It'll probably stay west of Preston, but there's more activity could develop ahead of that. Otherwise, La Crosse is looking clear, and so far just a few storms out near Stanley that push north, and then more that you go further north of Ladysmith. Overall, we're watching that line. It is pushing eastward, but it's going to take its time here. It's going to start slowing down maybe a little bit, so it's going to be between probably about 9 till we start seeing it approach Eau Claire, maybe around 10 to 11 by La Crosse, and by that time it is kind of this more disorganized line. So heavy rain threat could be something. We'll keep an eye on the strong winds, but overall it'll be a stormy, rainy, and then it transitions to just light rain potentially that could last all night for areas north of Eau Claire. Other areas probably by 4 to 5 will start seeing it kind of clear out, but that rain up towards those areas may continue overall. But so later on, the change coming tomorrow is less humid, but we also got wind that's in the story. So we'll break down what I mean by that a bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Wisconsin's Attorney General is charging the 3 men behind the 2020 fake elector scheme in Wisconsin. Josh Kaul today filing felony forgery charges against Trump attorneys Kenneth Chesbrough and Jim Troupis, as well as former Trump aide Mike Roman. They are accused of leading efforts to have 10 fake Wisconsin electors sign paperwork saying they were the real electors and that Donald Trump won Wisconsin in 2020. Trump, in fact, lost Wisconsin by about 20,000 votes. Chesbrough, Troupis, and the 10 fake Wisconsin electors, including La Crosse County's own Bill Feehan, all settled civil lawsuits months ago over their involvement. At a press conference today, Kaul did not close the door to criminal charges against those 10 fake electors.
This is an ongoing investigation. Our approach has been focused on following the facts where they lead and then making decisions based on the facts, the law, and the best interests of justice.
Court records say Chesbrough, Troupis, and Roman are due in court in September. Republican Senator Ron Johnson accuses Democrats of weaponizing the justice system here. Governor Evers released a one-word statement, good, in response to the filing.
A Western Wisconsin state senator says the state can do more for reproductive health care. State Senator Brad Pfaff and Senate Minority Leader Diane Hesselbein joined local Planned Parenthood and community members for a roundtable discussion in La Crosse. Pfaff says Wisconsin's Medicaid system is falling behind other states.
In Wisconsin, we are only one of 2 states in the nation that does not permit Medicaid for postpartum. We only allow it for 60 days, and in the other states in this union, it is for 1 year. We can do better as a state.
Pfaff says in past legislative sessions, the Senate failed to change the law. He ensured he will continue to make reproductive health care a priority moving forward.
Winona State University is boosting its diversity and inclusion efforts. They have hired Mohammed Ahmed as the Associate Vice President for Equity and Inclusive Excellence and Chief Diversity Officer. According to the university, Ahmed's role will be to evaluate progress in closing the equity gaps and to enhance inclusivity at the university. He has served in other similar roles in other universities across the nation. Ahmed says he looks forward to creating an environment where everyone thrives and feels valued. He begins his role July 8th.
The superintendent of the school district of Milwaukee has resigned following a special board meeting. Keith Posley's resignation comes after the district learned it was 8 months overdue on reporting its 2023 financial data to the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, which could cost the district millions in state funding. The district is also at risk to lose millions of dollars in federal funding for the district's Head Start program after officials discovered abuse and lack of supervision in MPS programs. During nearly 3 hours of public comment, hundreds of parents, district employees, and community members called for Posley's ouster. After a 5-hour executive session, the board announced they had unanimously accepted Posley's resignation. The school district hired former Waukesha Superintendent Todd Gray to help the district sort out its finances and get accurate data to the DPI.
Some residents of a La Crosse mobile home park face potential eviction.
Why the city says it's no longer safe for them to live near the Pamel Creek Canal.
Stop in now for La Crosse Fireplace Company's discontinued model clearance sale. Save on in-stock wood stoves and gas fireplaces and receive up to 50% off electric fireplaces. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Don't believe Tammy Baldwin's TV ads. Believe her record. Baldwin voted against $800 million for narcotic detection at our border. She voted against more Border Patrol agents, against tougher sentences for drug traffickers here illegally. No wonder overdose deaths have skyrocketed on Baldwin's watch, with cartel activity right here in Wisconsin. Two-faced Tammy, a hypocrite we can't trust. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Be prepared for flooding and keep your basement dry with Barracuda sump pumps. Remove water quickly with this half-horsepower cast iron sump pump, now $133.49 after rebate. Keep your yard beautiful with help from Yardworks. They offer a variety of landscape tools and products to get your garden tasks done and keep your lawn looking healthy. This garden hose is $44.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Stop in now for La Crosse Fireplace Company's discontinued model clearance sale. Save on in-stock wood stoves and gas fireplaces and receive up to 50% off electric fireplaces. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
A dispute between the city of La Crosse and a mobile home park could result in a number of people having to find a new place to call home by the end of this month. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit has the story.
Ken and Emily, I'm right near the Rivercrest Village, where at the end of the month, 6 homes could be evicted. and it's all due to safety concerns with the Pamel Creek Canal.
Because this is really a wonderful bunch of people.
Residents like Ginny Cryer have called the Rivercrest Mobile Home Park home for almost 2 decades. It was supposed to be their forever home.
This was going to be it. I didn't plan to move anymore. I wanted to stay here for the rest of my life.
But June 30th could be their last day in the park. The city of La Crosse owns the land the residents live on. For 25 years, the city leased the land to Rivercrest Village Partners, who turned it into a mobile home park. In 2022, when the lease expired, Rivercrest Village Partners showed interest in buying the property. The city said it would consider it and had the area assessed, including the nearby Pamel Creek Canal. Last August, La Crosse's Director of Engineering and Public Works sent a letter advising the city to keep the land. He also recommended there be a 100-foot buffer zone between the homes and the canal.
That's needed for maintenance and for the possibility that it could fail.
But many homes and garages are already within that area. Last October, Rivercrest Village Partners signed a lease to last until June 30th. It was the same month they became aware of the buffer zone and evictions.
We received that letter at the end of October by the time it got mailed to us.
They didn't tell residents about the buffer zone until after the Common Council approved the lease this February.
The reasoning on that was because we wanted to get the existing lease in place before we took negotiations back to the city.
Many residents say they first learned of the possible evictions near the end of March. Before that, they didn't know the city owned the land under their feet, a realization that's become a daily nightmare.
Obviously panic and fear and anxiety, and I never expected this in a million years. I'm still in shock.
We have no options. We thought this was going to be our forever home.
It would also be a loss of security, safety. They don't have any other options. This is it.
Some residents have leases that go until January 2025, but they aren't sure of their legal rights. The idea of moving impacted residents to another spot within Rivercrest has been floated around, but Andrick says that would be a challenge.
I think there's one lot that could accommodate one of the houses, but the other 5 that would be included in that lease parcel would not be able to move their house at the same capacity within the park that we have availability.
The cost of moving to another mobile home park is also too expensive.
I was kind of guessing, it's going to cost a lot of money to move it, maybe $10,000. And then somebody said, oh no, it would start at $30,000.
But above that, residents say the canal doesn't need any work done. In 2022, when the city decided to assess the area, an engineer consultant from Spring Green found that the canal could withstand a 1,000-year storm event and that any joint deterioration is only cosmetic and does not affect the canal's overall structural integrity.
I wish they would look at that again, look at that a little more carefully and decide if it's absolutely essential that they do it now.
The resident city council member, Mark Newman, has proposed a resolution that could lead to another 1-year extension of the lease. But residents want more long-term guarantees.
I think there's solutions there. I don't think that it's this complicated for a city the size of La Crosse, with a budget the size of La Crosse, to help out 6 low-income families from becoming homeless.
The Common Council is set to consider the resolution on Thursday, June 13th. Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. News 8 did reach out to the city for comments. They have not yet provided an official response.
A renewed effort on child safety.
How car companies are coming up with new ways to keep children safe from the heat when we come back.
And we have storms and wet conditions for tonight, but we still might see some scattered storms for your Wednesday afternoon. We're going to time those out and show you what the wind could be a factor going into your Wednesday and Thursday also. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin, but this was my childhood home. Graduated East High, became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a 4th-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Ever have one of those days? Yeah, one of those days. We're here to make your day brighter. Q Ultra's A+ accounts, turning bad days into A+ days. Say hello to convenience and security with online and mobile banking, contactless debit cards, and mobile wallet. Plus, better rates, no minimum balance, and no fees. Make every day an A+ day. Open your account online today or stop by your local Ultra office. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life, one stress-free day at a time.
Asher Lassen Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Join us for our summer showroom sale Thursday, June 13th at either showroom in Eau Claire or on Alaska. Enjoy summer savings with up to 25% off your entire purchase at Asher Lassen Exteriors.
If you're not a caregiver now, chances are you will be at some point, probably for an aging parent like Mom. When you always care, but can't always be there, that's where Nomo can help. Nomo uses simple motion and movement sensors to check on Mom's day inside the house and sends that to the easy-to-use Nomo app. Mom's in the kitchen, it shows up in the Nomo app. Mom opens the fridge, you know. Nomo doesn't use cameras. Nomo is powered by Mom's normal motion, and only Nomo lets you know when something you expect to happen didn't happen. Maybe Mom didn't open the fridge or her medicine cabinet. And with Nomo, you can bring in emergency services if needed. You care about Mom. That won't change. How you care can. That's Nomo. No more, worry less. Nomo Smart Care. N-O-M-O Smart Care.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A renewed reminder about the danger of leaving kids in the backseat of a car during hot weather.
Yeah, automakers are working on new detection technology after facing accusations that existing safety devices are not good enough to prevent tragedy.
The Sestia family lost their child after trusting the sensors in their vehicle.
The sensor was only detecting if the car door was opened and closed, not the weight of a child.
Now, Pamela Sestia says she didn't think it could happen to her family.
I think before this experience, I was a little judgmental on that and thinking that how do people leave their kids in the car and forget their children?
6 children have died in cars equipped with those rear seat reminders, similar to the one of Sestia's had in their vehicle.
A new law requires automakers to install audio and visual rear seat reminder alerts in all new 2025 passenger vehicles.
Hyundai says their new detection technology will sense movement, give an alert to your phone, and sound the horn on cars. Well, it sure was a muggy one today, and I guess the question is, when are we going to be ready for a cool down, Greg?
Well, it's going to come fairly quick starting tomorrow, but for tonight we still got the stormy, wet conditions and the muggy conditions, but it is less humid on Wednesday. We have some sunshine Wednesday with some daytime heating. We still got some storms coming in the afternoon, but once again won't be as widespread as we have tonight going on. Severe threat, really, there is a limited opportunity for some gusty winds, small hail. We may see a severe thunderstorm or two, but I think most of it will just be marginal. We'll have to keep an eye on the heavy rain threat too. So it's limited, but it's non-existent right there. Right now, the only severe thunderstorm we have is down in Iowa, just west of Decorah. They had a wind gust near Riceville at 46, so not quite severe wind gusts there with that line, but that's the one that's going to be approaching. And ahead of it, we still got a few storms out there, kind of widely scattered across the area, so that's kind of what we're going to see. There's a close-up of that one cell and surging northward, so when you see this, it's more of an indication that you're probably going to have some gusty winds as it moves fairly quick to the north. As we time it out, really this line doesn't come through or approach Eau Claire by the time we get to about 9 or 10. A little bit later for La Crosse, if it holds together, we'll still have a few storms ahead of that, but it could actually fall apart before it even gets to La Crosse and just be kind of the scattered nature of it. Once we get to about midnight, all this begins to transition to more just general light rain, moderate rain, which could last all the way through morning hour for areas north of Eau Claire. Further south, probably you'll see that light rain kind of taper off between 3 and 4. Then cloud cover begins to decrease. So the morning commute probably will be dry for most, except a few locations up to the north. And then we'll see the temperatures climb back up. Plenty of sun for Wednesday morning, but you'll notice the less humidity and that west wind will start picking up too. With daytime heating, and we have another weak system to the north coming through, provide an opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms. As we go in the afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock, we'll see that approach Eau Claire and Ladysmith. Further south, that line may extend down to I-90, but covers as much higher as you go further north of I-90, much less activity as you go further south. But this will persist probably through the evening commute, so we'll have to see a few showers and thunderstorms continuing, but you'll notice the wind will be a factor and it'll be less humid overall, and then as we get towards 10 a.m. we'll see that decrease. Now Thursday, the big story is going to be the wind. Reinforcing shot coming down. It should remain dry, some cloud cover up to the north, but the thing will be the wind along with the cooler conditions. Wind, we won't see much tomorrow, 10 to 15. But as we go into Thursday, that's when it gets into the 20 to 25 range, potentially some gusts up to 40 come Thursday out of the northwest. So it'll be kind of chilly going on. But for right now, just watching the showers and thunderstorms increase. That line will come through eventually overnight, turning to transition of rain. Then as tomorrow you wake up, sun in the morning, less humid, but we'll still have some thunderstorms in the afternoon potentially. Temperatures fairly seasonable, upper 70s, low 80s. Once we get past Wednesday, you notice the temperatures will struggle to get to 70 with the wind on Thursday. A little bit better on Friday. The weekend looks dry and comfortable and really dry and quite quiet as we go all the way through early next week. The humidity will be dropped. The west gets hot. We're going to cool down out here.
A lot of good stuff there. Thank you so much, Greg. Coming up next in sports, tickets are waiting to be punched for the state tournament. A few of our area baseball squads just 2 wins away from the big dance. The sectional round has not disappointed so far today. Rob's got it all next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
I'm a mom of 2 healthy children, and I'm also an OBGYN who had to end a wanted pregnancy because my baby was very sick. I got the call from my doctor, and he said my baby wouldn't survive. So my husband and I made the decision to have an abortion. That's not a decision for any politician, including Donald Trump. Women need access and should have access to all of their options. Donald Trump wants to criminalize women for making a healthcare decision, even if it saves a woman's life. That is horrifying. If Trump was reelected, it would be devastating for women's healthcare.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Windows are a lot like car tires. They all look the same, but they definitely don't all perform the same.
Take our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
This window is 12 times stronger than vinyl, 2,000% more airtight, and 40% more energy efficient. All at a price less than what many companies charge for vinyl windows. Don't settle on your new windows. Insist on the best windows you can buy.
Receive a free cordless honeycomb shade or take $150 off each window you purchase.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
The Wisconsin High School Baseball State Tournament is next week. A few of our area squads are just 2 wins away from punching their ticket to the big dance, but they got to get through the sectional round first, and we'll start the show with the Red Hot Rangers. Let's go to Baldwin, D2 sectional semifinals. Logan looking for a win over Altoona. Rangers red hot out of the gate. First batter of the game, Johnny Lever, single in a right field. Rangers going right to work. 2 batters later, Bradley Check lines one in a right center for a base hit. Lever scores. Logan strikes first. Then later in the inning, Jackson Bosch at the plate. He grounds one through. That's good for an RBI single. It's 2-0. Few batters later, Carson Nelson steps in with the bases loaded. He finds a hole. Nick Jolly scores. 5-0 Rangers, and they would continue to pour it on. Lever at the plate again. This time with the bases loaded, he singles in a center. 2 more runs come in to score. Part of a 7-run first. That was the difference maker. Logan gets the win 9-5, and the Rangers Cinderella story continues. Logan takes down Medford in the sectional final. Rangers are heading to the state tournament for the first time in 23 years. Let's go to D3. Viroqua and Aquinas squaring off in Prairie du Chien. Blue Gold's going to work right away. Eddie Peters back up the box for a base hit. Cullen Sackman scores. It's 1-0, and the Blue Gold's not done. Jacob Thornton is going to lay down a beauty. Waylon Hargrove slides in just before the tag. It's 2-0 Aquinas. Blackhawks get one back in the second. Jack Dahl grounds one to third. That's good enough for an RBI. Matt Weston cuts the deficit in half, but the Blue Golds blow it open in the second. Bases full for Tanner Peterson. He drills one into the gap in right center. All 3 runs score. It's 6-1 Aquinas, and Peterson getting it done once again in the third. This time the senior stings one to right field for a base hit. Blue Golds move on to the sectional final as they get the win 12-2. Let's head to Blair Taylor for a D4 sectional semi between Royal and DeSoto. Winner faces Aliva Strum. Already 4-1 Panthers in the third. Bases loaded for Jet Bender. He goes the opposite way to right field. Another run is in. It's 5-1. Bag still packed for Royal. Seth Brandow lifts a high fly ball to center. Catch is made, but after an error in the infield, 2 runs end up scoring. It's 8-1 Panthers. 6th inning. They're looking for more. Trey Wild smokes one down the third base line for extra bases. That plays Ty Wilds. Royal takes down DeSoto 9-1 to advance to the final. A little spoiler right here. The team that won the sectional final is heading to the state tournament for the first time in school history. We'll have those highlights coming up at 10.
Man, looking forward to that. Jet Bender, probably one of the
Isn't that
greatest baseball names.
What else can you do with a name like that? Jet Bender.
He's got to have a cannon, too.
Love that.
Can always just
what
see
a
it.
day.
Jet with 2 T's?
2 T's. You have to have 2 T's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great.
Love that. Can't wait for 10.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, we'll be right back with another look at your forecast.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
How much was I paying a month for insulin?
$185.
$300.
$400. I never expected anyone to do something about it. But then Tammy Baldwin did.
She stood up to the drug companies and wrote a law capping the cost of insulin.
Thanks to Tammy, now it just costs $35 a month. She made a huge difference for so many of us.
She lifted a weight off all our shoulders.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Well, we got 2 little severe thunderstorm warnings to the west there, and that's just because of wind gusts. Really, we've had reports of 50 to 55 as they surge northward. The whole line's moving west to east, but those little storms ahead of it are kind of racing up to the north, and that's what we're going to probably see this evening, along with that line coming through later between about 9 and 11, too.
All right, keep it on the app for the latest updates tonight. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.